my mind for a long time is this: those people who really have the urge to wake up, those people who are working on self improvement, self development for years. Here's my question for you guys right now: are you one of those people who have spent years on working on yourself? You bought a lot of book about self-help, self-development, self-discoveries. You took a lot of seminars. You spent tons of money. You borrowed so much money. You put so much classes, courses, seminars, webinars on your credit card, and today you are like, I'm still haven't achieved those things, the goals that I wanted to achieve. If you are one of those people, please tell me that's me. YouTubers, people on YouTube and Instagram, tell me if this is you. You took years to read books, to be on social media, listen to all the big names, celebrities in the self development, self help. And right now, at this moment, you are like, okay, what happened? I spent all this money, I did all of this thing, and my life is still not where or how I want it to be. If this is you, just say, yes, it's me. So, this is what I want to write a book about, to find out where are the holes. What is missing here that we are still lost after all these years. So there are a couple of things that I'm going to share with you, and tell me if you think I'm on the right path or not. Number one, when we read all these books, seminars, and all the help books and that stuff, whatever we're reading is being received from the mind, right? So we are all very intelligent people. The mind gets it, the mind understands it. But then what happens to the body that I've been talking about before? I said, because we are habitual human beings, that we're constantly doing the same thing day after day after day. I said, after a while, the body becomes another mind by itself. So when I wake up, I don't have to think about coffee and go and press the on button to make the coffee. My body already does that without my mind even being there, right? And what happens to my emotions? So if intellectually I'm understanding something through my mind, the body and the emotion have some delays there. They're not all in tune and working one on one together, right? So this is one factor, that all of these, the mind, body, emotion, my guts, my intuition, my other mind, these are all have to come together, engage, and work as unity and as one. So this is one part. The other part is, now that I read or I listen and I contained all this information, these are still in a form of theories, right? But it hasn't been practiced. So I think the major part why we still don't achieve all of this stuff that we're learning is because of this missing links, that we don't make these habits that's going to take us there, and they are the roadmap to achieving our goals, or to get to this place that we want to be, is our daily practices are missing, right? So now let's talk about mindfulness. Today all of us know about mindfulness. We all think we are very mindful humans, but here's the deal. If I don't practice mindfulness from the minute that I wake up, every second, practice being mindful here, being mindful here, being mindful here, and do this practice so much that my body also receives this information. It becomes to the point that all of my cellular memory has practiced being present here fully at this moment. If this doesn't happen, right, that mindfulness as a practice is being so much practice every minute, that it becomes a new habit. It becomes a part of my body. Then when I go out and I live my life into the chaotic, full of events and excitement outer world, that practice of mindfulness cannot be practiced at the crucial time where I really need it, right? So I think this is what we need to really pay attention to, that things that are important, practices that I get after I read a book, after I went to the seminar, after I got all the information, the most important part is to practice and living those things every single day, to the point that I don't need to think about it anymore. Is to the point that my body, my gut, as a second brain or third brain, they became aligned with this practice. Now, when I go out and some stressful events takes place, I am already embodying that mindfulness, that practice. So now it would be very easy for me to do this. Are you guys with me? So this is basically and mainly the missing link that we all ignore or overlook. So I want you to tell me, do you agree or don't you agree? The other part is, because of vast information that are out there via social medias or anything else, we are bombarded with information, and these informations don't have enough time to be digested. So I'm reading this book. There are a lot of great material. And I tell myself, I said, okay, I'm going to remember this. And then I go and I on social media and I listen to someone else with a beautiful, great lecture, loads of information there, and I tell myself, okay, I'm going to remember this. And then I take the course. After that lecture, there is this amazing, interesting course, and I purchase the course, and then I'm in a hurry to start going through the course, and all of this information coming, but there is never a time for me to sit back for this information, part by part, pieces by pieces, to be digested. And now it's the information is available and is usable to do anything that I want to do in the outer world. Are you guys with me, or are you with me? Do you see what I'm saying? The other point is, overload of information can create a lot of confusions, because what am I going to do with this now? Where do I even start? I have so much information from this book, from this lecture, from that teacher, all of this information. Okay, so now where am I going to start? What's my first step? This itself is creating a lot of confusion, right? So basically, these are two missing links that we need to add. Now I have to come to my daily habits. What are my daily habits? What are the habits that are empowering? I'm waking up 3 a.m. every day. That's good for me. That's my time. That's aligned with me. I wake up, it's quiet, it's fresh. Everything, everyone else and everything else is in silence, which helps me to be more focused and sharp. This is a good habit. I want to keep this habit and I want to continue on with it. But what are my bad habits? My binge Netflix at night, right? So if I'm binging on Netflix 5 hours, 6 hours every day, those 5 to 6 hours at night, it's destructive. So then I have to work on habits that are not helping me, right? So that's the issue. I have to check all of my habits. I have to go through all of them. What are good habits? I'm going to keep them. I'm going to continue doing them. What habits are not good? They're destructive. They're stopping me from living the life that I truly desire. I need to stop them little by little and continue dropping, overcoming the empowering habits. Now, we got another issue, guys, that is major, major, major. And here's the thing, you and I have consciously decided that I would like to become the superhuman that I am. And they are telling me that I am. And I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to change my entire life. I made a decision right now that I'm going to be choosing every habits that are empowering, and I'm going to do them and I'm going to stick with them. The red flag is here now. The ego suddenly comes in, and the ego is like, wait a minute, wait a minute. What is it that you're going to do? You want to change all of these bad behaviors, all of these habits that it took years for me to create. Now you want to change all of these habits. You want to destroy all the work that I have dedicatedly working on for all these years. No, 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 no. So now you and I are facing an opponent as our ego that is not willing to allow us to make this change or to change all of these old habits and the blocking beliefs. Now we are dealing with the ego mind. So it's a smart thing to ask, what should I do? And I would say, I have been giving you the answer all along. My two famous, practical, and the most important practices that I have come up with during my channeling and downloading. Please write it down in the comment for me. Number one, thought cut silence. Number two, seeing, recognizing the ego and separating myself from the ego. And these two practices of thought, cut, silence, and separation from the ego, from my shadows. You need to do them every day, 365 days per year, every second, right? So for these two practices, thought, God, silence, the separation from the ego and mind, there is no day off, guys. These practices are happening when you're physically working or when you are not working. These two practices are everything. You want your outer world changed to the way that you want it to be. You want to become the superhuman that you are supposed to be. You want to live your dreams. You want to make a difference. Any way that you look at it, guys, these two practices, thought, cut, silence, separation from the ego, are the most practices that you can do and you should do. Okay? So until you overcome the ego and mind, you are not in control, guys. How can you change a habit when the ego is resisting the change? And if you remember, I said this last week. I said ego doesn't feel safe with when change is taking place. So our mind and our egos are resisting change, and change makes them feel vulnerable, insecure, and they're losing their safety. So this is a very difficult task to take. But then again, it comes to this, guys. You make a decision. How much do you want to change your life? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be the creator of your life? Do you want to stop procrastinations? Do you want to get rid of all the stickers, all the shadow parts of yourself that you do not like? Do you want to get rid of all of them? I'm lazy. I'm a procrastinated. I have OCDs. I have depression. All of these stickers. Do you want to get rid of them? If your answer is yes, and you really mean it, then you have to do this practice. I am quite aware of time payment. I am very aware. I am living my life consciously and with awareness. Thank you very much for the reminder. Okay, so I'm going to continue this live. I might continue it for the next week. But in the meanwhile, I would like you guys to help me by writing comments. Is this a good topic? Yes or no? Would you be buying my book to add to your collection when I write my book? And the topic, of course, is after years of self discovery, self help, all the money that I spend on books, courses, retreats, and seminar, why am I still lost and I cannot achieve my goals and my dreams? Would you find this interesting and would you buy it? Now, if your answer, which the majority of you is yes, 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 I need you to help me to find what are the issues and obstacles that you think is the main reason why, with all of our investment in the past, we are not living the life that we truly desire. Please write it in the comment for me. I will make sure to check all of my comments. Next, I am coming to Toronto, Canada for another retreat. So if you guys are living in Toronto, Canada, you can join my event 3 or 4 days. If you're not living in Toronto, Canada, and you still want to come, because I know some of you from US would like to come and attend this event, please let us know. DM us and tell us that you're interested to come. And this 3 days, we might have to extend it because we're expecting a lot of people to come. And in that case, if we get sold out on day 1, 2, 3, then we're going to have to continue it for another 3 days. Okay. So, Toronto, Canada, the date is, I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe is November 15, 16, 17. If you guys have merchandises that you want to sell, whether it's painting, is jewelry, it's food, jam, sauerkraut, whatever it is, you can bring your stuff there. And basically, my goal is to create this platform for you, like a little bazaar that you can sell your stuff. Tables are available, small tables, large tables, and there are also big rooms that they are all glasses, visibly seen from inside and outside. And you can even get a room for yourself to, so you have plenty of room to do everything. I'm also inviting 15, 16, 17. Thank you, Maro, November. I'm also inviting other coaches, healers, psychologists, yoga teacher, whatever you're doing, Sufi dancing or Tai Chi, yoga, more than welcome to merge with me on November 15, 16, 17. You can showcase your work, you can showcase your product, and this would be an advertising for you to get a huge crowd in your community. So it is wonderful to be with you. I am grateful to be at your service. And I see you all very, very soon. See you all then. See you, Toronto people, people who live in Canada. I can't wait to see you one more time, November 15, 16, and 17. Bye bye. See you all. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye. Goodbye.